today we are going to continue with the next topic. Today's topic is torque on a dipole in a uniform electric field. Now, in 11th standard, you would have read about what is a torque. Just recall that formula for the torque. Hope you remember the formula. The formula for torque is tau, which is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Now, yesterday's topic was on dipole, and we were calculating the electric field of a dipole in two cases. One is along the axial line, at a point along the axial line, and the second one is at a point along the equatorial line. So, you are very familiar with dipole, I believe. Equal opposite charges separated by a distance 2a constitute an electric dipole. Now today we are going to talk about what is the torque. Torque is nothing but a turning effect on a dipole when it is kept in a uniform electric field. Now look at this diagram, children. Now this is a dipole which is kept in a uniform electric field. See here, E represents the electric field, and I have kept a dipole minus q plus q, and the distance between them is 2a. Now I have aligned the dipole in an angle theta. Look at the value here, theta. Now this dipole is aligned at an angle of theta with the electric field. Now when you keep like this, what happens? Right? Now this dipole has a dipole moment. Now yesterday we were also learning the formula for dipole moment. P is equal to Q into 2A. Hope you remember the formula, children. Now what happens when you keep a dipole in an electric field? Okay. Now when you keep an electric dipole in an electric field, now this charge minus Q will experience a force. Now you all know the formula for electric field. Now electric field is E is equal to F by Q. So what will be the force now? So force is equal to E vector into Q, right? So when you keep a charge, now this charge, as soon as it is kept in an electric field, it will experience a force minus QE. This is the force experienced by the negative charge, and this is the force experienced by the positive charge. Now look at the direction of the force, children. Now the force here acts along the direction of electric field, right? So E vector is along this outward. Now QE is also QE and E vector are in the same direction, right? Now whereas here, now this is just opposite to the direction of E vector, right? So two forces are produced, right? Now the force exerted by charge plus Q is due to the electric field is, now I will write this as F. F is equal to Q into E vector. Now this is with respect to plus Q, children, right? And due to minus Q, again it is F vector is equal to minus Q into E vector, right? So what is the total force due to this? So F total will be QE plus minus QE, which results to 0, right? So what will be the net force exerted by this is equal to 0. So the net force on a dipole in a uniform electric field is 0. So force is 0. Now we'll talk about what is happening. So the force is 0, but these forces act at different points on a dipole. Now listen. Now here is a point where this force is acting, plus QE is acting at this point, and minus Q, you have a force acting in this point. So two forces are acting at different points. So when two forces are acting at different points, what happens here? They constitute what is called as a couple. Now as far as this dipole is concerned, the dipole will exert a torque. Torque is nothing but turning effect of a body. Hope you remember the formula, children. Torque, this is how it is represented as. Torque is turning effect of a body. And what is the formula for torque? Torque is force into perpendicular distance. So definitely the dipole will exert a force. Now I'm going to substitute the formula values. So force is substituted as Q into E. Now what is this perpendicular distance? Now this perpendicular distance is taken as 2a sine theta. Now as I told you, the dipole is making an angle theta with the electric field. So take sine theta value, children. So sine theta will be opposite side by hypotenuse, right? So now this will be the opposite side, right? So when you take the sine theta, opposite side, this will, let us take this distance as OC. Now hypotenuse is this 2a. So when you take this distance, now this will be 2a sine theta. So I have substituted the value of perpendicular distance to be 2a sine theta. So this is the torque that is experienced by a dipole when it is kept in an electric field. And because due to this torque, now what does this dipole do? This dipole try to align itself in the direction of electric field. So now let us write this formula once again. Tau is equal to, and you know that what is 2aq, children? 2aq is nothing but a dipole moment. Hope you remember. P is equal to, yesterday we saw this, 2aq, dipole moment. So it is P, let me write as vector. So P vector cross E vector. Vectorial form you will write like this, or when you write as magnitude alone, you will write it as PE sine theta. Again, you should remember here the cross product of vectors A cross B. Now come to this diagram. Now this is the dipole moment. This is the electric field and it is inclined at an angle theta. So cross product, vector cross product, it will be P cross E. Now when two vectors are inclined at an angle theta, the resultant vector will be tau is equal to, here as A cross B cross A. Now here instead of B you substitute P and here it is A. Remember, recall the cross product which you studied in 11th standard, children. Definitely you have to go through it. And what will be the direction? Magnitude value is P sine theta, I said. What will be the direction? The direction will be into the paper. Look at the direction. Actually, this is the direction of torque. Now here, the vector is moving from P to E. And here, look at the direction here. The dipole will try to align in the direction of electric field. So it is B cross A. And the direction of unit vector, tau will be into the paper. So tau is equal to P cross A, in which P cross E. So this is according to right-handed screw rule. Now when rotated from P to E, the direction of tau will be into the plane of the paper. Okay, so when you keep on the dipole try to align its direction into the direction of electric field, and later on it tends to reduce the angle theta to 0. When the dipole is getting aligned with E, the torque becomes 0. Now, when the torque will be maximum, now look at this formula. In this formula, I have given you the magnitude of torque to be Pe sin theta. So, when this torque can be maximum, the torque can be maximum when theta takes the value of 90 degree. So, when you substitute sin 90, the answer will be 1. So, you have tau to be maximum when theta takes the value of 90 degree. Is it clear, children? So, which means when you will have maximum torque, when the dipole is aligned with the electric field at an angle of 90 degree. Exactly when the dipole is perpendicular to the electric field, then you have tau maximum. So, which is represented as torque maximum equal to P into E. Is it clear, children? So, this is about torque on a dipole in a uniform electric field. So, when a dipole is kept in a uniform electric field, the net force acting on a dipole is 0, but the dipole will experience a torque whose value is given as P sin theta. Okay? Now, this is with respect to a uniform electric field, children. Suppose if the dipole is aligned in a non-uniform electric field means in the sense the electric field will not be the same at all points. In that case, when you keep a dipole, now uniform electric field, the net forces cancel each other. You have the value of force to be 0. But in the case of a non-uniform electric field, now these two charges minus q and plus q will experience a force, right? Now this force will not be the same. Suppose here plus q, it will have another force due to the electric field at that point, and here minus q will have a different force due to the electric field at that point. Electric field keeps on varying. It will not be the same. So when you keep a dipole in a non-uniform electric field, definitely it will experience a torque, no doubt about that. But along with the torque, there is also a net force that is experienced by the dipole. Is it clear, children? So you have to know, when it is kept in a uniform electric field, force is 0, net force is 0, and you have a torque produced. If the dipole is kept in a non-uniform electric field, you have a net force as well as a torque produced on a dipole. Is it clear, children? Now let us move to this diagram. Now here, now this is the electric field. E is electric field and you have a dipole. So in this diagram, the dipole is kept parallel to the electric field. So if a dipole, the dipole moment is parallel to E vector, or it is, now here it is anti-parallel to E vector, right? Right? So in these two cases, again you can take it here to be a non-uniform electric field, children. So in these two cases, definitely there is a net force on the dipole. When the dipole moment is parallel to E, there is a net force on the dipole in the direction of increasing electric field. See here, this is the direction of net force that is formed due to the dipole, and this is the direction of increasing electric field. Both will be in the same direction, right? But whereas here, where the dipole moment is anti-parallel. See here, now here the dipole, here the dipole is parallel to the electric field, children. Parallel to the electric field here. Here it is anti-parallel. Anti-parallel to electric field. So when it is anti-parallel to electric field, again here also you have a net electric force, but it is in the direction of decreasing electric field. You should understand these two concepts also, children. Okay? Clear? Right. So based on this, we are going to discuss some problems, children. So the first problem here is, let us take two charges plus or minus 10 microcoulomb. So let us take the value of charge as 10 microcoulomb. Now this can be written as 10 into 10 power minus 6, right? Micro is 10 power minus 6. So two charges of plus or minus 10 microcoulomb are placed at 5 millimeter apart. So 5 millimeter apart in the sense 2A. Their 2A value is 5 millimeter, which can be written as 5 into 10 power minus 3 meter, right? Okay. Determine the electric field at a point P on the axis of the dipole 15 centimeter away from its center. In that case, what is this 15 centimeter, children? It is R. 15 centimeter is equal to, convert it into meter. So it is 10 power minus 2 meter, children, right? So 15 centimeter away from its center O on the side of the positive charge. And the second case is a point Q 15 centimeter away from O on a line passing through O and normal to the axis of the dipole, which means now here 15 centimeter away from O on a line, which means we are talking about this axial line formula, and here normal to the axis of the dipole, in the sense you have to use a formula for equatorial line. It is just a simple substitution of the formula, children. So hope you remember the formula for axial line. Electric field at a point along the axis of the dipole. What is the formula? 2p by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. And you know the formula for p as q into 2a, and you should also know 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is substituted as 9 into 10 power 9, right? So let us substitute here, and here I go for the substitution. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9 into 2 into, actually p is q into 2a, right? Q is 10 power minus 5, right? 10 power minus 5 into what is 2a? 5 into 10 power minus 3 divided by, I'm going to substitute r cube. So r cube is 15 centimeter. So 15 centimeter, 15 cube is 3375 into it is 10 power minus 2 the whole cube, right? So it is 10 power minus 6, right? Now I have substituted the values. Now let us simplify this. So 5, it goes 6 are 30, then again 7s are 35 and 25, right? Okay, 675, and again you can simplify this 9, it goes 75 times, right? Okay, so this will be now 2 by 75, right? Other things we have cancelled it, so it is 2 by 75. Simplify the powers, children. Now when I simplify the power, now here it is 10 power 9, 10 power minus 5. So it is 10 power 9 into 10 power minus 5 is 10 power 4 into 10 power minus 3 is 10 power 1. Now when you take this up, it becomes 10 power 6. So you have the simplified powers and you have the value 2 by 75 into 10 power 7, children. So this is a simple division. 2 by 75 will be 0.0266 into 10 power 7, and your answer should be in SI notation, right? So you have, when you adjust the decimal to the first place, you have 2.66 into 10 power 7, and you are finding out the electric field. So it is force experienced by unit charge. So the unit will be Newton per Coulomb. Now this is with respect to the first part of the sum. We have taken only the axial line, right? Now next we move on to the equatorial line. So what is the formula for equatorial line? E equatorial equal to, again, P vector by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, right? So again 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, you substitute 9 into 10 power 9, then P is q into 2a. Q is 10 power minus 5 and a is 5 into 10 power minus 3 divided by again r cube, of course it is 3375 into 10 power minus 6. So the simplified form of this will be, again it give 5, once again it's getting cancelled, 675, again 9 gets cancelled out to 75. So here it is 2 by 75, here it is 1 by 75. So half of it, right? So 10 power 7, now your answer will be 0.0133 into 10 power 7, arrange in SI unit. So it will be 1.33 into 10 power 7 Newton per Coulomb. Right? You understood this problem? Now, after this class, I want you to take your rough notebook. I'm going to discuss 2 more problems, children. Please work out the formula. Right? So, the next problem is, let us take 2 point charges. So what are the 2 point charges? The 2 point charges are QA is 3 into 10 power minus 6. Again it is microcoulomb here. And QB is minus 3 microcoulomb. So let me write QA as 3 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb. QB as minus 3 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb, and they are located at a 20 centimeter apart. 20 centimeter is 2a, right? So 2a equal to 20 centimeter, again convert it into meter, so 20 into 10 power minus 2 meter, children, right? Okay, find the electric field at the midpoint. Let us draw the diagram here, children. So this is a dipole. Now this is QA, this is QB, and this is the midpoint O. Now the distance of separation between these two is 20, right? And this will be, in that case, 10, and here also it will be 10, right? Okay, now your question is, find the electric field at the midpoint O. So this is a midpoint. I need to find out what is the electric field at this point, right? Of the line AB joining the charges. So again we'll go for the formula. What is the formula here? Now here it is, EA is equal to, once again, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Here the electric field due to a point charge you should write. So it is R square. So substitute electric field due to plus Q, which is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Substitute for Q as 3 into 10 power minus 6, and 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9, right? Then divided by what is R here? 2a is 10, sorry, 2a is 20, so R will be 10, right? And you have to substitute R square. So in that case, 10 into 10 power minus 2 the whole square, right? Here the simplification is very easy. Okay, so when you simplify, you will get the value of the electric field to be 2.7 into 10 power 6 Newton per Coulomb. Now this, the direction is along OB. Okay, right. Now next, the electric field due to minus Q, again you will have the same value here, Q by 4 pi, because you are going to take only the magnitude for substitution. So when I substitute, I have the same value here. Work it out and see, children. So it is 10 power 6 Newton per Coulomb, and here the direction is along, again, OB. So what will be the total electric field here? So the resultant electric field is, let me write it as R resultant, which is 2.7 plus 2.7, you take 10 power 6 common. So it is 10 power 6 which is common. You have the total electric field to be 5.4 into 10 power 6 Newton per Coulomb. Now this direction is along OB. Okay, so this is the answer for the first case. Find the electric field at midpoint of the line AB joining the two charges. Now the second is if a negative charge of magnitude 1.5 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb is placed at the center. Now in this center point I am going to keep a test charge. Now if I keep a test charge, you need to find out what is the force experienced by the test charge. So what is the force experienced by the test charge? It is a simple formula again. F is equal to Q into E, right? This is a formula for force. So we know the value of charge to be, what is the value of charge? 1.5 into 10 power minus 9. Just now we found out the electric field, right? So it is 5.4 into 10 power 6. So what is the answer? 1.5 into 5.4 will be 8.1. And when you take the powers, it is 10 power minus 9 into 10 power 6, which is 10 power minus 3. Now since you are determining the force, the value, the unit for this is Newton. And what is the direction of the force? It is along OA. Is it clear, children, now? Yes? So take down this, work out. The last formula, the last sum. A system of two charges QA 2.5 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb and QB equal to minus 2.5 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb located at points A 0, 0, minus 15 centimeter and B 0, 0, plus 15 centimeter respectively. What is the total charge and electric dipole moment of the system? Let me draw the diagram. Now they have given the points A 0, 0, minus 15 and B 0, 0, plus 15. So let me draw the pictorial representation. Let me draw here. So this is how it will be, right? Now let me draw the arrows here. This is the origin. Let me take this as y-axis. Let me take this as x-axis, and this will be z-axis. Why this will be z? I said, look at the points here. Now let me write this x properly, right? Now look at the points. In this points, a0, 0, minus 15. In that case, x0, y0, z alone minus 15. And here also you have x0, y0, z is plus 15. So let me mark the points here. Now let me take this point as B. Okay, ma? So what is the point here for B? 0, 0, plus 15. Now let me take this point as A, which is 0, 0, minus 15. You understood the sum now? Okay. Now which is QA? This is QA and this is QB. So they have given the value of charges also. Now I need to find out what is the total charge. Okay. So what is the total charge? Total charge here is 0. Why it is 0? When you add the charges, here it is plus 2.5 into 10 power minus 7 and QB is minus 2.5 into 10 power minus 7. So what will be the total charge here, children? So total charge is QA plus QB, which is equal to 0, right? So for the first answer, for the first question, the answer is 0. Now the second question is, what is the electric dipole moment of the system? So the electric dipole moment is P, right? P vector equal to, again, Q into 2A. So Q into 2A, Q is 2.5 into 10 power minus 7 into 30 into 10 power minus 2 equal to, when you substitute, you will have 2.5 into 30 into 10 power minus 9. So why I substituted 30? Now here the distance is from 0 to B, which is 15. Here 0 to A, it is 15. So the distance of separation between these 2 points will be 30, right? So 2.5 into 30 will be 75 into 10 power minus 9, or I can also write it as 0.75 into 10 power minus 7. Since you measure the value of dipole moment, it is coulometer. So work out all these problems, children. We'll be continuing with the next topic tomorrow. Please go through it and take the notes of it. See you, children.